Today we're going to make spicy peanut and sweet potato stew. And these are the ingredients that we're going to use.
This goes to...
I'm going to start out with 3 nice sized sweet potatoes. They can be any variety that you have. Some have purple, some have yams, some have sweet potatoes, whatever you like or you have in your household. We're going to use some vegetable culinary stock, about 4 cups. I'm going to use some dry roasted peanuts, some crunchy peanut butter, some diced tomatoes, some garlic, a poblano pepper, coconut milk. This is reduced fat, or you can use light coconut milk, an onion, and some super greens. The super greens have kale, spinach, and chard. They're a nice baby version of these leaves, so we're just going to wilt them into the pot at the end. So we're going to cook the stew in the Cosori multi-cooker, but I'm going to start out by doing all the preparation first. I'm going to cut the sweet potatoes into 1-inch cubes and dice up some peppers and onions and garlic, and then we'll get started putting it all together. Alright, I cubed up the sweet potatoes. This was the 3 large sweet potatoes that you saw on the counter. And I'm going to put them into the Cosori multi-cooker. So this is a non-stick vessel, and we're going to slow cook this stew. Alright, now I'll go on and cut up the rest. Okay, here we have the chopped up onion, some chopped up garlic, quite a bit actually, and some poblano peppers. So let's dump them in. Thank you. Then I've made a generous 1/2 cup of crunchy peanut butter. Let me move this forward so you can see. I'm just going to plop that in there. Then I'm going to add a can of diced tomatoes. I'm using the low salt version here, but you can also add a flavored version if you'd like to add more garlic or anything like that. So we're just going to pour these in. These are nicely chopped up, easy to spread around in a stew. Then I'm going to add a can of reduced fat coconut milk. Look how nice and creamy. You can imagine what that's going to do to the stew. Lots of flavor. Alright, on top of that we're going to add this container of vegetable stock. If you use your own stock, use about 4 cups. I'm going to use this whole carton here. This is 32-ounce carton. So you can see this is going to be a vegetarian stew. Alright, now you can add your own seasonings here. I'm going to add some pepper a little bit, but I'm not going to add any salt. Feel free to add salt if you want. Alright, I'm mixing this a little just to get the peanut butter spread out in this container. But I'm going to put the lid on and we're going to set it to slow cook. When we finish with the cooking, we're going to add the special greens, and we're going to add some honey roasted peanuts as a garnish. So we'll put the lid on, turn this thing on, and we're going to set it down here on slow cook. And I'm going to put it on high for 4 hours. So you can see that is the default temperature and time. 204 degrees for 4 hours. Cook. And we'll start. And near the end we'll add the greens. Okay, we'll be back in a couple hours. Okay, we have a little time left on here, but I think the sweet potatoes are nice and tender. Let's take a look here. Look how nice and creamy. And we're going to take a sweet potato and I'm just going to try to cut one against the side to show you. See how nice and tender that is? Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in some of these greens, the super greens. Kale, spinach, and chard. And these are washed and ready to eat because they're made to make salads on the go. So I'm just going to add a couple handfuls here. And all we want to do is let it wilt in there. So I'm going to turn the heat off as soon as I have this stirred in. And we want the heat of the stew to actually wilt the leaves and make them nice and tender to eat. Okay, it's working already. Alright, let me turn the power off. And we're just going to let it sit there for about 5 minutes and then we'll serve it up. Okay, I'm going to serve this into a couple bowls here. See how nice it looks with the greens in there, and all the nice veggies, and the broth with the coconut milk. Oh, look at that! Now we're going to have 2 bowls here. Rick's going to eat some too. Not too spicy, Rick. And then we're going to top it off
Peanuts?
with some peanuts. Also, we're going to eat them with some nice homemade bagels that I made with my sister Dawn today. Did they come out nice? Product of KitchenAid. KitchenAid mixer. Alright, some nice honey roasted peanuts on top. We'll cool it off just a few minutes before we take a bite. I think it's time to taste the soup.
Me?
Rick, you want to give it a try?
It's good. Tastes like peanut butter. Crunchy peanuts I like. The onion, is that onion there?
Yeah. And the sweet potatoes are really sweeten it up, right?
Awesome.
Hey, it's a good recipe to try at this time of year when all the sweet potatoes are plentiful and all the other vegetables too. Nice veggie soup, right?
Yep.
A little bit different. Okay, thanks for watching our video.
Bye.